in theaters, in workplaces, even in prisons. People gather to hear the best ideas bubbling up in their communities. More than 3,000 TEDx events are held every year in 170 countries. It's a remarkable thing. TEDx events are self-organized under a license from TED, a non-profit organization devoted to discovering and sharing powerful ideas in the form of TED Talks. It's not TED itself, but your local TEDx team of volunteers that has done all the work to put on today's event, including booking all of the speakers. It's this team's ideas, dedication, and time that have made this possible. We really hope today's program sparks an exciting conversation. This is a day for curiosity and for skepticism, for inspiration and for action. The more you enter into it, the more you will take out. And now, on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, humor me for a moment and take your right hand and place it in the air as high as you can. Now I'd like you to go a little bit higher. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Okay, put your hands down. How many of you noticed that you and the people around you all went higher when I said the words go higher? And yet, what was my first instruction to you? Put your hands in the air as high as you can. And yet, every single person went higher when I said, go higher. How many of you would agree that perhaps there is another level that you aren't tapping into just yet in your potential? How many of you would like to tap into more of your power so that you can go further, faster than ever before? And how many of you aren't going to raise your hands no matter what question I ask? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Muneer, and today I'm going to be talking to you about subconscious success. How to control your thoughts versus your thoughts controlling you. You see, the National Science Academy estimates that 80% of all people's thoughts are negative. And if most people's thoughts are negatives, then they have negative feelings. And if they have negative feelings, they don't take the right actions. And if they don't take the right actions, they don't get the right results. When we talk about controlling your thoughts versus your thoughts controlling you, you see, thinking is like breathing. Everybody take a deep breath and exhale. See, breathing, just like thinking, is an unconscious, automatic process. But you can control it. And if you can control your thoughts, you control your feelings. Control your feelings, you control your actions, and if you control your actions, the results in your life transform. So today I'm going to be talking you through the 3 pillars of thoughts. And you will learn why you do what you do. Why you don't do what you should do. And why you do what you shouldn't do. Naughty, naughty. No, he's looking at me like he knows. I don't know what you've done. It's just pausing at you for dramatic effect. So, without further ado, I would like you all to please give a round of applause to my 2 amazing assistants, Tanvika and Zaina. Excellent. So, Zainab, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your right hand and just place it out in front of you and make a fist. And Tamika, I'm going to, in a moment, ask you to just test how strong Zainab is, okay? Now, Zainab, before she tests, I want you to say the words strong, 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 in a very strong voice, okay? So, go.
Strong, strong, strong.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Was she strong? Pretty much, that's a yes. Okay, now, Zainab, what I'd like you to do is, once again, place your arm out, and I'd like you to say the words, weak, weak, weak. And Tanvika, you know what to do.
Weak, weak, weak.
And how was the strength this time round? It was easy to push her down. Ladies and gentlemen, one word took away her power. And when you try this at home, it will do the same for you. One word took away the strength. One word can take away your power. And yet, how many of us say a lot of words to ourselves? How many of you talk to yourselves? There's someone over there going, do I talk to myself or don't I? So, is the answer positive affirmations? By golly, I am great. Or is it something else? Here is the answer. It is not positive affirmations. And some of you are going, no, how can he say that? But let me demonstrate. So Zainab, if you could put your arm out once again. This time I want you to say the word strong once again. However, this time I want you to say the word strong like a 4-year-old girl who's just dropped her ice cream. Strong, strong, strong. Okay? And Tanvika, you know what to do. So,
Strong, strong, strong.
and how was her strength this time around? It not so great. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to my amazing assistants. Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, it's not what you say. It's how you say it. 5 years ago, on my birthday, my friend Tony decides to take me to a karaoke place. My first time going to a karaoke place, I get excited. We walk into the room. In the room, you see this big screen over there. Very sturdy microphones and some background music playing as you pick the song. So I go through and Tony says, Muneer, it's your birthday. You pick the song first. Say, okay, it's a long list of songs. So I find the first song that I know, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Who knows the song? Yes. So it's the first song I know, I pick it. Tony looks at me and he says, Muneer, that's one of my favorite songs. I go, yes, I got you, Tony. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my birthday. And so, in the words of 50 Cent, I'm a party like it's my birthday. I grab the mic and I start going for it. Wow, living on a prayer. Giving it my all. Halfway through the song, Tony starts to tap me. Muneer, 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 Muneer. I say, what, Tony? He says, Muneer, who sings that song? I fall for it, ladies and gentlemen. I fall for it. I go, Bon Jovi. Tony snatches the mic from me and he goes, Muneer, just let Bon Jovi sing it. Thank you for laughing at my pain. For 3 days I cried. 3 days and nights. But I started thinking to myself, what took this from Tony's most favorite of experiences? Because I had all the same words. I had the exact same music that he loved. But in one case, he was very happy, and in my case, it was a nightmare. It was my delivery. AKA, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Does anyone here ever have bad thoughts and start to feel bad? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Here's what's likely happening. I don't know anybody that has a voice inside of their head that is a bit mean and says, oh my God, such an idiot, get that again. It's such a strong voice that you say it in. But when I talk about controlling your thoughts, I want you to try this. Take that negative thought that you say to yourself, and then turn the voice to Mickey Mouse. And all of a sudden, there is a thought that has made you sad, that has made you angry, that has made you all sorts of negative feelings. And now all of a sudden, it's putting a smile on your face. This, ladies and gentlemen, is taking control of your thoughts versus your thoughts controlling you. Now, I spoke about 3 pillars. The first is what we say to ourselves, the auditory, because this is how we think. We think in one of 3 ways. What we say to ourselves, the auditory, or the second is the visual. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you all to follow my instructions. Can you all raise your right hand and say, "We will follow your instructions"? Thank you very kindly. Now, I would all like you to do not think of a black cat. Yeah. Do not, doing a TED talk. Do not think of a black cat. Yeah. Hey, TED talk time. Out of curiosity, how many of you thought of a black cat? Yeah, me. You see, the mind must create what it wants to negate. The mind must create what it wants to negate. What does that mean? Too many people go around saying, "I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be lonely. I don't want to X, Y, Z." But the challenge is our mind doesn't work well with that. See, let's say after today, you, sir, you come up to me afterwards and you say, "You know what, Muneer, you did a cool TED talk. You know what? I want to invite you to my house. I will make whatever you want. What would you like to eat?" And I say, "Thank you, sir. I do not want duck." Does he have any idea what I would like to eat? No. Because there's one verifiable truth that you can go away with, one takeaway you can take from this talk from today. That the world is split into one of 2 categories. Everything in the world is split into one of 2 categories. Duck and not duck. That's it. This is not duck. This is not duck. This is not duck. You are not duck. You are not duck. You are not too sure of. And so when this is what you give your mind, "I don't want this," that is a huge category for your mind to hold on to. It has nothing except the duck to hold on to. However, when you tell your mind what exactly it is that you want, you can get so much further faster. You see, your mind has to delete millions of bits of information every single second. Right now, your mind is deleting your breath rate until I mention it. It's deleting how your feet feel in your shoes until I mention it. Because in order to cope, your mind has to delete all the bits of information that's coming in that is irrelevant. But as soon as you say, "This is what I want," then your mind goes, "Okay." That's why a lot of people, when they buy a car, as soon as they identify what car they want, they see it everywhere on the road. Because your mind stops deleting that bit of information. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an experience of this. I'd like you all to please stand up. Okay? And I'd like you for a moment, just place your right hand and point out in front. Okay? Plant your feet solid, point out in front of you, and then just turn back as far as you can go and point. And just notice where you go. Okay? Excellent. Okay, turn back. Now, I'd like you all to just close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to imagine, once again, lifting your hand up. Don't actually do it, just imagine it. Imagine now, though, This time, you are made of rubber. You are super flexible. You are yoga man, yoga woman, yoga student of the year. You are so flexible that when you do it this time, see it in your mind's eye. See yourself going 360 degrees around. In fact, you're so flexible. You go, whatever 360 times 2 is, you go around once again, all the way around. And now, just see yourself unwinding. Whoa. And in a moment, I want you to open your eyes, maintaining that flexibility, maintaining this rubberness. And now, once again, put your hand out. Okay? And now turn back and go as far as you can go. Wow. Cool, right? Thank you. Thank you. How many of you noticed that you went a lot further? When you engage your mind, you can go further than you think you can go. Michael Phelps, the #1, you can all sit down, thank you. Michael Phelps, the #1 gold medal Olympian of all time, has the most gold medals of any Olympic athlete. Every night before he goes to bed, he would visualize. He would see himself succeeding. He would notice every move that he'd make. #1 Olympian of all time. So, we talked about the first pillar, your auditory, what you say to yourself. The second pillar, what do we visualize? What do we see? And then the third pillar is how we feel. Feel within our body. Now, this part is going to be interactive. If I said to you that there is a depressed person behind that door, and I said to you, for 1,000 dirhams to your favorite charity, let's describe their physiology. Would you say that their shoulders are open, or are they closed? Closed, that's right. Would you say that they take up a lot of body space, or are they taking up a little body space? Little body space. Are they slow, or are they fast? Slow. Is their head down, or is their head up? Down. See, you all know what depressed or sad or bad physiology looks like, or peaks like a state that is undesirable. But let's flip it on the other side. It is the World Cup. Someone goes and he scores a winning goal. He gets super excited. Every single fan from everywhere around the world watching and supporting that team, they all get excited. Are they having shoulders closed, or are their shoulders open? Open. Are they moving slow, or are they moving fast? Fast. Are they taking up a lot of body space, or a little body space? A lot. You all know what peak physiology looks like. You all know it. And so many people think that your emotions create your physiology or what you do with your body. But using your body in certain ways will create the emotions. Amy Cuddy did a TED Talk where she talked about a study they did at Harvard University. And she showed that standing for 5 minutes in a champion pose reduced cortisol levels or your stress hormones by 20%. It increased your confidence and testosterone levels by 20% just by standing a certain way for 5 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about controlling your thoughts versus your thoughts controlling you, you now know how to tweak what you say to yourself, how to visualize and identify what you want more powerfully, and how to use your body more effectively to get what you want. And doing this will help you to go further, faster, and reach new heights, and go further than you've ever gone before. Thank you very much.